Konnichiwa!
Welcome to another episode of Tsum Tsum Obsessed. Apparently, you guys want to see our collection.
Because it looks so cool.
Yeah, we redid it and we like it, so we're going to show it off. So here's kind of a... Can't really get it all in one shot because it's too big. It's sad. And I can't back up far enough, but I'm just kind of the way we're doing it now. So basically what we did was we have two bookshelves, our tall ones, and we split them with our other really small one, the one that we originally used. And then we put all our subscription boxes on top of it.
So over here we have Sully and 4 mediums. And then below that we have our bag sets. And this is how we currently have them set up. Might change that up, but who knows. And we got our summer playdays, bracelets, and lip smackers, and Disneyland buttons that we got from the Tsum Tsum twins. Our key to the Disney store, and Mark's magical wand because he's Harry Potter.
No, I have a friend that made custom wands for some of us, and this is a wand that he made for me out of wood. Pretty cool.
Below that, we go into Mickey and Friends, and
Jafar with one leg.
Jafar that we have to return because he's missing a foot. And Winnie the Pooh and Friends, I guess.
100 Acre Wood.
We got, the holiday ones, the expression ones, our original ones, the city exclusive ones, and then, Winnie the Pooh, and then we got Dumbo Marie, Duffy, Shelly Mae. This is Our Lady. Somebody pointed out that Our Lady was upside down, but she is not.
Just had a weird face.
This is how the Disney collection ladies look like. Her eyes are lower than her nose, but I think her eyes might be a little lower than normal.
Yeah, but she's weird looking. I don't know what. She looks strange.
And then below that we go into Pixar and Nightmare Before Christmas and the Muppets that we originally got.
We also have a Rocket House.
And below that we go into Star Wars and Marvel.
Seems like we've gotten more Star Wars and Marvel than this, but apparently not. Just seems like every other week there's a Marvel or Star Wars release. Seems like there should be more than this. I don't know.
And then we also have this 12 poster set, and we're gonna hang these all up. Actually, Soon Crazy won this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have an empty shelf down here, so we're ready. We're ready for our next.
For more
For
Soons.
more.
And then we head over to the shorter bookshelf, and this is actually just all of our books.
Yeah.
The whole book collection. And Mark's beer money. So, and then above that is our whole Disney movie collection. We have all the classics, except for...
No, we have all.
Okay, we have all of them.
We're missing The Incredibles.
The Incredibles.
Oh, I rebought it. Oh,
Yes.
hey, we got it.
So we have the
We
original.
got everything.
So we have all the Disney movie classics, and then we have all the Pixar movies. Right?
Yeah.
We have them all. And then Mark started to collect the superhero ones,
Marvel ones. The Disney Marvel ones.
the Marvel ones.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of had some extras over here.
Here's our cat. Should be. Oh. She's no. She's the one that's usually rubbing into the tripod and ruining our videos.
Kitty.
She has a really small head.
And then above that, we have kind of like a figure collection. So all the ones like over here are my original ones that I've kind of always had. My mom and stepfather got me these like very special ones from Disney World when we went like 10 years ago or so. So I have a Stitch one and a Tinkerbell one, and obviously you can tell I love Stitch. And then Mark actually got me this Alice who lost her feet. They broke off for our 2nd anniversary.
And then these guys over here, I have a Sailor Jupiter, I have a Yuffie, and a Unit 2 from Evangelion. All of which I got in Japan, right. So, I don't know, they're just here because nowhere else for them to go. And then you've seen all our sub boxes in our latest video for the October sub box. If you haven't seen it, you should probably check it out. And then we just threw Mickey and Minnie on top of them because, I don't know, it just seemed appropriate for them to be featured. You know, what's funny, too, is when we first started this channel, we had Minnie and Mickey sitting on top of this bookshelf behind us, so they've returned back to where they came from.
Yeah. We have our large BB-8 and our large Java, and then our mediums at the top.
But they should probably be on the other side. Not that we're gonna move these, but like Star Wars and Marvel is up here, and Star Wars and Marvel's down there. But it doesn't matter anyway.
Oh my gosh. And then below that we have our 3 peas in a pod set, and then our 2 box sets, which is our Valentine's and then Christmas from last year or this year.
2015, yeah.
Yeah. We have our lights and sounds. We have Perry and a mic from our egg videos that you can get in Japan. Whoops! Hi. And then we have our blind bag keychains. We have Pooh and Pluto, and then I have the smaller one, and I have Goofy. And then our original lip smackers. And then below that, now we're getting into like the classic Disney Tsum Tsums.
These are generally like the older Tsums, so anything Little Mermaid or before.
Yeah, I think we started to do them in some sort of order, and
you just have to reorganize every time a new set
yeah,
comes out.
I think we maybe give up on that.
But at least it definitely, the way I'm looking at it, Little Mermaid is the newest thing on here. So I think it goes from Little Mermaid and then it goes on to
Aladdin and newer, I guess.
Beauty and the Beast and newer.
Well, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah. And then below that we have Beauty and the Beast, and then our villain set, because we haven't really decided what we're gonna do with them.
Right. And then we also have these delicious teas that unfortunately I found out they have expired. So I don't believe I can.
Yeah,
I can't have them.
We got this at a local Asian market. So they all have different pictures. So we have one of the Monsters Inc., Toy Story, Rapunzel, and Winnie the Pooh.
And interestingly enough, when we bought these, Monsters Inc. set didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
We bought these teas probably 6 months ago, so it was just interesting that there was a Monsters Inc. tea before there was Tsum. I don't know.
Afternoon lemon tea.
It's probably still good, right? It's just
maybe we'll have to do like a taste test. And then below that we go into our parks, and I put this in this box. This is a mystery pack box. I put them in there because I wanted to easily move them, because I haven't really decided where to put them yet.
But there is another, now the Adventureland set, which is coming. So we ordered those kind of.
Yeah.
So that'll be that, and then the transportation set. So I know now we've got Frontierland coming next. So I mean, they're gonna probably have their own. This will probably be their spot.
Yeah.
It's all set
They'll
up.
probably get their own shelf.
And then if we head over here, we can see Jacob and I's custom lightsabers we made in Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios last year. We went to Disney World. It's actually been a year since we collected Tsum, so this is what a year of Tsum looks like.
For us.
Don't look at me. So then over here, I decided I wanted to try to make some sort of display case for the Marvel Mystery Stack Packs, and
We had this shadow box lying around.
I don't think this is gonna happen.
Why?
So this is not, I don't think it's final resting place.
Why? You don't.
I think it looks ugly.
Well, I think.
And they're not staying. They do not stay on there. And then over here we have all of our mystery stack packs in the case. And I did have them in order, except for Mark put Tinkerbell in the wrong spot.
Eeyore fell over and Dale fell over.
Oh man. Where? Oh, Eeyore.
Baymax fell over. And then up top we have all of the
Disney
Disney
Store
Store.
vinyls.
We don't have the 100 Acre Wood set yet, but we're waiting for that to go on sale. And then Christian made this cool little display of the like random boxes that we had.
Yeah,
So that was pretty
we had those extra boxes, so I decided to make it look cool.
But with Color Pops, Mystery Packs, and Series 4 blind packs, and Marvel Series 2 blind packs, probably gonna need another case.
Yeah. So then over here we have a bench that Mark inherited from his family that apparently like survived a fire and all this stuff, and
It's from like the early 1900s, and it's about as comfortable as a bench from the early 1900s. So.
So we have my favorite blanket on it, and some stuffed Disney stuffed animals just to continue with the Disney theme. I have a Stitch that I've had forever. We got these from the dollar store not long ago, and then I don't know where that one came from.
That came from that guy was from the Lion King Broadway play.
Yeah, my Luna and Artemis that I've had forever. And then just Mickey from Paris that Jacob got. I think these ones are Jacob's actually too. And these are Jacob's too. A lot of these are Jacob's actually.
He was scared of the Monsters University guys, so he didn't want him in his room anymore.
Yeah.
So we just kind of figured we'd give you a shot of our studio from another angle that we usually don't show you, which is this is the table that we do our reviews on, which is right behind our collection. So our collection is technically behind us when we're doing our videos. So this is the table. It's an old table from IKEA that I hate. I want to get rid of.
We actually used it as a kitchen table for a couple of years.
Yeah, it's just too big for this room. It takes up too much space, so I kind of want to get rid of it. And then, as far as lighting, so we experimented with a lot of different things for lighting over the year, including just using the overhead lights in the rooms, because as you can see, like in this room, we have these spotlights from above, and they create these ugly, ugly shadows on everything. So Christian actually bought desk lamps and put some paper, like tissue paper over them to make like some diffused lighting. And it worked okay, but we ended up buying these. And we've had these for, how long?
A couple months now.
Yeah. And they're good, they're really nice. I mean, the light they create is extremely soft. They're on tripods, and we have two of them. This one's on, so it's gonna be really bright. And yeah, it works really well. I mean, I think. The lighting is 100 times better. And I don't think, how much were they? I mean, they weren't that much.
We got them on eBay for I think like $40.
Yeah.
Like super cheap. So when we do like our review videos on the table, we use these lavalier mics so you can hear us both equally better. Some videos you can probably tell when we're not using them because Mark will sound like he's like, I don't know, forever away.
Well, the problem is because we use a cell phone, the microphone for the cell phone is either pointing in one direction or the other. So you get an issue where you can't hear one of us as good as the other. So these mics are actually just one connection that splits into two. And they're pretty good. I mean, these were really, what were these, like $25? Wasn't much.
These were not a lot.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And then that's my stupid, because I have an iPhone 7 now, I have to use this stupid connector because it doesn't have a headphone jack, so. And I only have one of them, so I can't ever use headphones because it's always in here now. And then finally, this is the tripod we use. We love it, I think.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. So, I mean, it has a clip for a phone. So the phone just kind of clips right in here.
It's very lightweight. Very, very, very lightweight. And then it just, like, I don't know, if you've never used a tripod, it just
it's quite easily
collapses and, yeah.
to all different levels. It stacks up pretty nicely. How much did we spend on that?
I have no idea.
I mean, like, total cost to have all the equipment we needed to, like, shoot somewhat professional videos was probably somewhere in the $150 range, which, you know, really isn't that bad. I mean, we could probably do better on some things, but...
Yeah.
And I mean, we have the luxury of having really nice phones through our work, so we don't have to buy cameras. And the last thing I want to show, pick up those pictures.
Oh my god.
So, the school that I work at was recently demolished, and I found these two posters in frames on the wall, and I took them both, and they're like really cool, like Alice in Wonderland drawing paintings from, they're like reproduction paintings, but they're from like the book Alice in Wonderland. They've got little quotes underneath them. And then underneath that one, there's this guy right here with the Cheshire Cat. The problem is, I'll show you the quote on this one. I really like these. I really like them a lot, and now that I'm looking at them like this, I like them even more. The problem is, you can see there's some water damage because they're really old and they were in frames for a long time. I'm not entirely sure how to handle it. Christian started to cut the bottom of it, one of them off, and I think that's probably going to be the way that makes the most sense, and then we can just kind of hang them here. Christian, I don't think is a big fan of them. Well, we got a whole room. Look at all these barren walls. There's plenty of place to put them.
So So that's it for our collection so far. It's actually been a whole entire year that we started collecting Tsums. And this is pretty impressive, I would say.
For someone that's never collected anything before.
Right.
You could say she's Tsum Tsum obsessed.
It's pretty amazing. We went from having just Jack, Sally, and Zero to 434 Tsums. So we hope you enjoyed this video and a little more behind the scenes of how we shoot our videos.
If you have any questions on how we shoot our videos and like editing software that we use, or any of like the way that the videos are shot, if you think our videos are production-wise, if you think they're good and you want to know more about how we actually do it.
Or if you think they're bad and they need some improvement.
Yeah, what would you improve? Right. I'm certainly willing to take constructive criticism.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Today, because apparently Christian's the chemistry lab in the other room.